Hi, today we'll be talking about the latest information and updates that we have received throughout the week regarding Cardfight Vanguard overdress. Right, so this is the first time I'm doing this kind of video, so please do give me some comments or if you want to have more of this kind of video in the future. Alright, so for the main changes is instead of 24 clans, starting from overdress, it will be divided into 5 main nations. Basically, according to the nation that was previously in, 5 of them. Megalantica will have other than Bermuda Triangle, 2 of them will be joining into Zoo, which means 5 clans here. So we have 5 main nations, which will have a consecutive boost in each booster. So unlike previously during V era or the G era, where your favorite clan get boost like once a year or no boost at all. Right now, all 5 nations will receive boost at the exact same time. So players can actually update their deck at the same time, and you do not have to worry things such as going for a big event and your clans only get their booster like 1 month later and you can't play at the same level, right? Which is a very good thing. Personally feels that at least it makes the competitive scene a bit more fair for everyone. And as for Bermuda, that wasn't in the new nation, right? It was split up as the 6th nation. Most probably this will be things like such an idol set that's like once or twice a year boost, just like what we have for Bermuda Triangle, right? So this will be a 6th nation. It'll be a combination between mermaid and some other species. So personally, I'm looking forward to it. And not only that, we have title booster that's announced, which is Token Rambo, which we have not seen them for a few years. Alright, so we have 5 main nation plus Bermuda plus titles. So in the future, if we have more Bank Dream set, it'll be under the additional titles, their individual nation. Alright, so that's the main difference. Next, let's go for the formats. So starting from April for the Japanese version and May for the English version, we will have 3 different formats. So first of all, we have the premium, which is free for all. So you can play all the way from the very first booster not even G era, booster 1, all the way to the overdress, as long as your unit is from the same nation. So example, let's see, I have a Kagero deck over here. So if I want to put a overdress card inside here, it must be from the Dragon Empire, right? It must be the same color. So we have premium, which is from G all the way to overdress. Next, we have what we are playing currently, which is the V standard, right? So units will have the V symbol at this corner here. So this by itself is a format for itself, and we have been promised that they will be getting 2 booster per year for support, which is actually a lot more than what we have right now, since most of the clan only get boost once per year. And right now they are going to change it to something like a clan selection pack where we get 2 sets per year, which means that at any point of time all 24 clans will get their boost, which make it a more fair environment when you go for big events. All decks will be at the same on par level where everyone gets support at the same time, right? Which is good. And personally, I feel that actually we are getting more boost than previously what we're getting. And next will be the new, which is the standard, the overdress, where we'll get a D symbol at the bottom here. It's a D. Alright, so there's 3 format. Overdress, where you can use overdress cards. Standard, V standard, which only the cards with V symbol. And premium, which is free for all. Alright, so that's for the formats. Next, we will go for the new cards. So for the upcoming overdress, the standards. So the main changes we have, Number one will be the new trigger, which is the overtrigger. Right. So if you can't see clearly, basically you get 100 million. Right. When you trigger this unit, put this unit out of game, draw one. Right. Choose one of your unit during this time, you get power plus 100 million. And if you trigger it during your trigger step, which means when you attack, when you drive check, you get the additional ability. For this one of your unit get another 100 million. Alright, so but these are create elemental. Each nation will have their own unique overdrive with special abilities. So do take note. It will change the whole game flow. Next, right, this is Nirvana, which is the main ace monster from our main character. So if you look at the card design, let's use this as an example. Alright, so first of all, your nation logo have been moved up to the name area. Right, next, and instead of clan, I think Kagero is a better example. Instead of clan, which is like Kagero here, it says Dragon Empire. Right, so we no longer have clans, we have nation, and the nation logo have been moved up with a slight change to the card frame. Right, and we have a preview of something called Persona Write, which activates when you write this unit on top of itself. Right, and that's the two major changes. And the next change in booster will be, other than having 5 nation boosts at the same time, we actually have parallel foils now, which is similar to what we have during body fight. Common, uncommon, rares will be receiving all their foils. Do I have an example here? Right, so like it will be similar to what we have during the MB01, where your triggers will have foils. Means every card, almost every card in this set will have a foil parallel, which allows player to have most players like to have, which is a max rarity deck. And this makes the collection actually a lot more fun. Right, so that's for the changes, the updates in the game. Next, we will take a look at the new mechanic, which is the right deck. Right, so this is 46 cards, and we have 4 cards that is put out aside. Right, these 4 cards can have different sleeves like this, or 4 of them sharing the same design, but it must have a different sleeve from your main deck. Right, so in this deck, you must have 0, 1, 2, and 3, 1 each. Right, this deck is placed right next to your main deck, like this. So at the start of the game, choose a grade 0, put it onto your Vanguard circle. Right, and the first Vanguard will have new effects. The major changes will be previously, when rolled upon, draw 1. Right, this will be taken away. It will be changed to when rolled upon, if you're the second player, draw 1. Right, which means the second player actually have advantage now. Alright, so at the start you still draw 5, and you can still mulligan, like in my case. Right, maybe I'll mulligan these 3 cards away. So you still put at bottom, draw 3, like this. Right, if this is a normal game, I will be screaming that I don't have grade 2. But due to the right deck system, it's no longer an issue. Right, so we will go second. Right, so start my turn, draw 1. Right, so for writing, I have 2 choices. 1, write directly from my hand, like this. Second method, discard this. From my right deck, choose a grade 1 and roll upon. And with the new first Vanguard, I get to draw 1, like this. Right, and just take note, because these have different sleeves, so in any case where this unit gets moved out from the soul, right, you will go back to your right deck, like this. Okay, so say I want to take damage. Stop my turn. Right, at this point of time, I can actually choose to discard a card and write from my right deck, or I can just write directly from my hand. Right, this actually depends on the situation. Let's say you have pre-planned a certain right chain, but due to your pairing, your opponent is using something that go against your strategy, you can actually change it by writing it from your hand instead. Right, so you can write all the way to grade 3. Right, and the beauty about this new system, first of all, we do not have to worry about misgrading. So you definitely can go from 0, 1, 2, 3. Right, at the same time, you can choose to skip a grade because it's not a must to write. Right, next is for younger players. Right, this system is actually a lot easier for new players to join in. So I will give an example. Right, so previously during buddy fight, in order for a player to use his favorite monster as a buddy, right, I will need 5 copies. Alright, so 5 copies in total, 1 as buddy, 4 in deck, in order for me to enjoy my game at my fullest. Alright, or I can just use 4 and just choose something that is common as a buddy. Right, but with this new system, right, players can actually have just 1 copy of each. Right, so with Vanguard ability and put them aside. So in my deck, I can have 0 copies of any of this unit, which is a lot cheaper for new player. But at the same time, for players that have multiple copies, they have prepared something called Persona, right? So if I were to have the same unit here, roll upon a certain ability to activate. Right, so it actually goes for both the hardcore players and the younger players that just started the game. Right, this is very, very friendly. And not only that, we have the Overtrigger, which is game changing. Right, just triggering one of that can actually change the whole tide of the game. Right, so that's mainly for the new mechanic. Right, we will just take a look at the products. So first of all, we have the 5 trial decks. For the Japanese version, it will be divided into 2 different weeks. And as for the English version, it will be released on the exact same week. And the main changes to the booster will be the rarities. We no longer have VR. Right, so we have only triple R and below. And at the same time, we have parallel foils. And something new called the dressing rare. Sorry, dress secret rare, DSR. Right, basically DSRs are parallel foil of reprints like your trial deck ace cards. So it's for more collector value, or you can actually just put it at the side of your right deck. And not only that, for the Japanese version, there's actually a few campaigns. First of all, we have a carton topper playmat. For the English version, you will get around 4 playmats per carton with 5 different designs. For Japanese, it will be 1 per carton with a fixed design. And box topper, we have 4 sleeves, which is for your right deck, with a total of 7 different designs. As for the English one, we have 4 sleeves, but amount of design is currently unknown. Next, we have the PR version of the overdress PR, right, which is similar to the Crate Elemental that I showed previously. And also a postcard campaign where 333 lucky winner can actually use it to change for exclusive playmats. Right, that's for the Japanese version. And as for the English version, the major changes will be to the SP kit, which is the sneak preview kit where players use it for draft. Major changes will be the increase in packs, and also for the changes in draft rule. Right now, you can use trigger that's open from the pack, but in the future you can actually bring your own triggers to the tournament area. Right, that's for the SB kits. For the 5 trial decks, just take note that most of the Ace Monster, the important cards are in 4 copies, so player can just start from 1 trial deck alone. Right, you do not need to buy like 4 copies unless you want to have 4 copies of the foil, because there's only 1 foil in the trial deck. Right, so it's actually very new player friendly. And let's take a look at the release schedule. We will take a look at the Japanese version, since most of my channels is regarding the Japanese version. So for the schedule, 25th of March, we will get 3 new starter deck. Mainly for in terms of the nation color, it will be yellow, purple, and red, which is the main character. Right, in the following month, in April 3rd, we'll be getting the Vanguard, which is grey and also green. On 3rd of April, 2 new start deck. And on the 17th, we will get our first booster pack for all 5 nation boosts. Next, in May, we'll be getting Special Series, which is the Festival Collection 2021, stated to be released on the 15th of May. Right, so we'll be expecting like good important reprints and maybe new cards to pull in players for both V Standard and Premium. Right, on 22nd May, we'll be receiving the first title booster and trial deck for Token Rambu. Right, and in June, we're receiving the second booster for the main overdress series. July, we'll be receiving 2 trial decks for Monster Strike, another title set, and 1 booster. In May, we'll be receiving first trial deck for our 6th nation, which is the Mermaids, and also a 3rd booster, booster pack 3, that's exclusive to the 6th nation. And we are also stated to have a V collection for this upcoming summer. Right, that's for the Japanese one. As for the English ones, May 14 will be the release of the 5 start deck. 21st will be the release of the first booster. In June, we'll be looking at the Festival Collection 2021. In July, we have Booster Pack Volume 2. And in August, we have a premium product that is exclusive to English. Right, so we may be expecting another Revival Collection or some sort of Revival Collection. And most probably we'll be getting something like exclusive art or something. Right, that's for the English version. And that's all for our updates. Alright, so if you have any comment about this kind of segment, do write in the comment section. If you wish for more of this kind of content, also do comment and let me know. Right, so for more information, more detailed information, you can actually check the link that I've put on the comment section, which is the summarize of the press conference. There's 3 of them. Right, so see you again.